Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
True Digital Media Consulting. You're online right now and so are your customers, but marketing has to be a consistent journey. True Digital Media Consulting can help with your online ads, organic growth, and so much more. Contact us today at 832-934-4436 or visit our website at truedigitalmediaconsulting.com.
The Unretreat. Are you still thinking that you can be Superwoman without any self-care? Do you feel guilty when your calendar is open and free? Ladies, self-care is not selfish. You have the power to give yourself what you need. Join the Maven Squad October 13th and 14th in Galveston, Texas for the Unretreat and give yourself permission to unwind, unplug, and unbam. The Unretreat is just what your mind, body, and spirit needs to be recharged and refilled. Get the details about this all-inclusive event at myrashaw.com/events and give yourself the gift of you.
Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hey, yo, what's good, my peeps? And welcome, you guessed it, to Startup Masters, the illest podcast where we drop the dopest content. We got the flyest guests so that you, entrepreneur, you don't have to skin your knee up to the white meat. Team No White Meat around this table. That's right. My name is Kalia Giller, your host, and I'm so glad you decided to spend this afternoon with us. You can follow me across all social media platforms at kogpassion.com. And man, I'm ready for a good show. I got a feeling this is going to be epic, G. What about
It might
you?
be. It just might be. What's up, good people? Welcome back to Startup Masters. I'm your co-host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins, of course. You can find me anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snappity chatting at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And like KG said, we're not skinning our knees up to the white meat today. We've got the entrepreneurial gems. That's why we do this show, to sow back into you all. For those that have the aspirations, for those that have the tenacity, we put it all together with the gumption of great hosts that take your business to the next level. Yeah, I just made that up right off the top of the dome, because that's what you do. You got to have the ingenuity when it comes to entrepreneurship. You got to be able to pivot as you need to make sure your business is successful, because it's treacherous out there, folks. And why not learn from those that have been through the mustard? Learn from those that have put their time and effort in to bring that business to fruition. And we've got somebody great on the show today, which I think can give you not one, not two, but possibly three different entrepreneurial mindsets, three different avenues of conversation that can be had. Whether we're having a conversation from the certified fitness trainer perspective, whether we're having a conversation from the personal health coach conversation, whether we're having the conversation from the perspective of a franchise Smoothie King owner's perspective, we've got the one and only Alexis Moore in the building. Alexis, what's up?
What's up? Oh my God, that introduction! I don't even know what to say after that. Hey, but
we're gonna record
you
that
nailed
for
it
you.
though.
That's for you.
You didn't mess
We're
it
gonna
up, though.
chop
You
that
nailed
up
it.
and
You
send that
nailed
to
it.
you. How about that one?
You
We
nailed
did
it.
that. Thank you so much for joining us at this table. How you feeling today?
Thank you. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited to be here.
Good.
I'm just grateful, really, all around, just for the opportunity to come on
Yeah.
and share everything that I do. People say that I do a lot. I actually do a lot and a mom at the same time.
Hold on.
And so that's definitely,
another layer.
Right, another layer that you have to, as women, wear many hats. It's just part of the game.
It is. It's definitely part of the game. And like I said, we appreciate you coming to the table today, because we've got a lot of entrepreneurs and those who are interested in becoming entrepreneurs that want to know about your story, that
Yes.
want to hear about the trials and tribulations. the hardships that you've been
hardships.
through, not just what they see after the fact, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not just the success, but we want to know the journey, because that's the importance when it comes to being an entrepreneur. You ready to
Right.
take that journey with us?
Yeah, I take the journey with you.
Cool beans. So this
I'm
is
not-
what we're going to do. For those that are tuned in right now, you're watching Facebook Live or you're watching this later, remember, we only go roughly about 15 minutes or so on Facebook. So you've got to make sure you subscribe to get the full episode. But get your digital pads, your pens ready, because there's going to be some gems dropping, and we want to make sure you pick those up. Straight
Yes.
Sonic the Hedgehog style. Getting these coins, kid. This
pick
is what
'em
we're
up.
doing.
Sonic,
Get
pick
all
'em
the
up.
rings. We're getting it all, man. Come on,
on,
Sonic.
Sega.
I'm going to take it back.
That was on Sonic, right?
That was. Now, let me get the rings. No spikes. No spikes on. So this is what I want you to do. Kick your shoes
Right.
off. Get comfortable. Let's hop in this DeLorean.
Yeah.
We're going to hit 88 miles an hour. We're going back into time.
Okay.
What was going on in your life
Yes.
when you said you want to be a certified trainer and
Okay.
then said, you know what, I want to be a health and wellness coach, let alone the thing you got into after that? Take us
Yes.
back in time. What was going on?
So at that time, I actually went to TSU on a basketball scholarship, got my degree in accounting, and then right after college, I started working in corporate America, oil and gas, got a great job, and within that, everybody knows how the oil and gas industry goes up and down. When it's
Yeah.
good, it's good. When it's
It's
bad,
crazy.
it sucks.
When it's
Hey.
bad,
Right?
you're in an apartment.
Yeah.
When
You
it's
know
good,
about
you're in
it.
a Willis.
Right,
You're on McGregor somewhere.
exactly.
Let's keep it a buck, right?
And that was how my journey started out. Great. And so then oil and gas 4 years, and then I got pregnant with my daughter. And at that time, oil and gas 2010 went bad. And so I ended up getting a service package company, got bought out. And at that time, pregnant. Now I'm 220, and I think I'm about to live this marvelous life. Although
wait.
for me,
You say 220 pounds.
220 pounds. I was 220 pounds when I had my daughter.
Wow.
My daughter's 8 now, but when I
Snicker.
had her, I was 220 pounds. Well, you know, and so that actually started my health journey. Always being an athlete, always being into sports and active, but never really being overweight. So I didn't know what to do with that weight. I didn't know how to get it off. I didn't know where my life was going. I
Yeah.
never really wanted any kids. You know?
Yeah.
So for me, it was a whole transition
was
phase.
life.
It was life.
Yeah.
And
Life
so that started my fitness journey.
Sure.
And with that, I actually, after I had my daughter, I started back just walking around the block and then running. And then, you know, I found myself not being able to get the weight off. So then I had fell into a slight depression, moved in with my mom. My relationship didn't work out, moved in with my mom. Now, my mom was one of those moms, like, you only got one day to cry. You got one day to cry, and then get up
What we
and
doing?
then
Timeline.
look at yourself. Yeah, like
That's pretty
you don't
much
even
everybody's
got,
mama.
Like, you
all
got
you
one
got.
day. Like, suck it up.
Yeah,
Move on with your life. And so I ended up getting a membership at a gym, one of my favorite gyms here in Houston, Fat Body Gym with John Mitchell. And so I started working out there. And that's when I fell back in love with myself again. That's when
Nice.
I fell back in love with who I am. I also grew up with a really bad stutter. And so for me, when I started back working out, it helped me with my speech, my confidence. I started doing Muscle Mania shows, IPL shows, competing.
Nice.
And so that started my journey into health coaching and then being a certified fitness trainer in health coaching with all that.
Let me put a pin there, because I know you heard this. I'm going to just make it plain, Pastor. For those that are tuned in right now, you got to remember to love yourself. You know, a lot of times we get caught up about what everybody else thinks and everybody else around in the world, but are you still in love with self? Because without that self-love, without that self-care, then nothing else can be built. That's a rocky foundation. And I heard
Absolutely.
you make mention of that. You fell back in love with self. You start to love yourself again, and everything else start to come to pass like it should. And
Yes,
that's important.
absolutely. And because for me, I am a people person. I just love people, love being around people. But I went into my degree in accounting at that time because I was afraid of speaking because of my stutter and what people would, you know, think about that. And so after I lost the weight and started, you know, looking good, feeling good, I kind of felt like I was no longer going to allow my speech impediment to hold me back.
Sure.
And so therefore with that I started doing the fitness training again, health coaching, putting myself in position to win. And whether that was, speaking more, taking on engagements, building confidence in the areas that I thought that I was weak at.
Listen, you took that mess
Talk about it.
and made it your message. And oftentimes we forget, right?
Right.
Write that one down. Whoa.
Oftentimes, and this is for all of us. This
Yes,
is for,
absolutely.
both of us have
Sure.
gone through a weight loss journey.
Oh, my.
I mean, we were together as
Oh,
we were
my.
going through it,
I
right?
got some
Like,
TBTs
I
out
mean,
there I can
like,
post
Yeah.
like I just posted one, and what I think we often forget is that we get caught up, especially as entrepreneurs, that I'm gonna reinvent myself and I'm gonna turn myself into this other person and pretend, right? But really, all it takes is for us to reveal
Come on.
what's already within.
Come on, Superwoman.
And
I
you,
see
you saw that?
I saw that.
Yeah, open it up.
But that's really what you did.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to applaud you,
Thank
for
you.
doing that, because I'm inspired. I'm sure those of you who are watching are inspired. I hope you're taking notes, because I feel like we're about to go down another road.
Yeah, and you have to. And the one thing that you said is that you have to be willing to do the work. I always say that the pit will prepare you for the position God has promised you. Right? It's
Yeah.
what you do when you're in that pit stage, and that depressed, sad, confused, don't really know what to do. What are you going to do then? Are you going to stay in that place, or are you going to prepare yourself, whether that's environment, reading, meditation, working out, finding your preparation stage to get ready for where you're going to next. You will never get to that next if you don't prepare. And I found myself depressed, now a mom, lost my job, living back at home after making all this money. I was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, how I
you
go from
have
here
to,
to
how I
here.
go from here to here, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
all in 1 year. This is
Yeah.
all within 1 year.
Wow.
But it's, like you said, one thing, it's your roots, right? You go back to that
That
foundation,
Yeah.
and you find a way to pick yourself back
Yeah.
up,
And
you do the work.
I'm 100% positive that that foundation allows you to get through some trials,
Oh
tribulations.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
share with us. I'm sure you probably could think of a million, right? Like,
yeah.
oh God, like I learned so much from XYZ. Like, think of some of those times where you really had to climb yourself out of that thing. Like, what, what got
I got
you
some
out?
stories. So, okay, here's one quick one. I lost my job, right? And so at this phase, I am going on interview after interview. Why? Resume, so qualified, oil and gas, 5-6 years, great resume. I would get into interviews and couldn't nail an interview. I couldn't speak. My anxiety level was bad. My stutter was so bad. I went into one interview, and it was for a company called Wolf Companies, a real estate firm here in Houston. And so it was, I'm in the interview, not going well. The director comes in, or the CEO comes in for my second interview, and he tells me to sing my answers to him.
Was that a way to make you comfortable?
Right, to sing.
Okay.
But people who stutter when they sing, they don't. It's breath flow. It's
Interesting.
like Earl
Interesting. Okay.
That's pretty cool that he
Jones,
knew
like,
that.
Yeah.
He knew that, and so for me doing my research, I knew he wasn't being funny or
No,
anything.
it was sincere.
But still, being in that position, it's like, no, hold on, give me a second. Let me
Yeah.
calm down, get my
Yeah.
thoughts together, let everything flow. And so I remember leaving that interview in tears, upset, sad, crying, just out of me knowing how bad my speech was in that moment. And I had went and saw a neurologist at that same time, and he put me on some anxiety medication called Lexapro, and that's supposed to help you, to stay calm and different things like that.
Sure.
And so I'm driving around 610 Loop. I call my grandmother, and I'm like, Grandma, I'm taking these pills. I don't feel like myself. I just don't feel like me. It's making me feel sad and depressed, right? And I said in that moment, I said, God, if you created me this way, allow me to become so secure in my insecurity that I don't even recognize it.
Come on.
Come on.
And it's in that moment that my grandmother said, babe, open mouths, open doors.
Ooh.
And when you learn to get over that fear, then that's when everything that you want in life will come. And now I say that everything you want is on the other side of your fear. So when you face your fear, whatever that is, whether it's heights, whether it's I went skydiving because I'm afraid of heights. When you do things like that, it just puts your not confidence but courage itself on a whole nother level, right? Whole another level.
And I think you hit the head on the nail when you're talking about, one, being able to manage those fears, those expectations. Two, going through such a trial in an interview because you're trying to get the stability you want, the foundation rebuilt, and you're in this interview and you need to seal the deal. You've got to basically market yourself to these people to say, no, I am worthy.
Right.
And that marketing is so important. Speaking of marketing, we've got a company that could help you with your marketing that works with us right here at the Sphere. So let's talk about True Digital Media Consulting. So you're online right now, and so are your customers. The question is, how do you actively reach them? Marketing has to be a consistent journey, and we're here to walk with you every step of the way. True Digital Media Consulting can help with your website development, online ads, your business reputation, and organic growth on search engines. Call them today to discuss a customized strategy for your business at 832-934-4436 or send an email over to info@truedigitalmediaconsulting.com. Mention a Sphere to receive a free 30-minute strategy consultation. How about that? Shout out to True Digital. Mention a Sphere, get a free 30-minute strategy consultation to get assistance with that business. So let's continue this journey. It sounds like, and when I heard you mention pit, working through that pit, I call it the valley. So you can get to the mountains. You're working through that pit. You're making that rise. You've come up. Now you're certified. You're a fitness trainer. And I'm assuming you're starting to take on clientele, correct?
Right.
You're walking into your purpose, into the true entrepreneurial spirit. Talk a little bit about these achievements, bringing in these clients, and how was that transition to now be the facilitator, be the responsible party, not just for your beautiful daughter, but also for these clients?
Right. It is definitely, I just view people as, when I take on my clients, I always say that you are allowing me to hold your vision in my hand to where when you don't see it, I can see it for you. And as a health coach and fitness, people, they ask me, what's the difference between being a health coach and fitness trainer?
Break that down.
Right. The health coach side is more mind, body, in what you're eating, daily habits. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything, and that's habits through mind, mental, spiritually, and with the fitness training. Most of these clients, they come to me, they just want to look good, right? They come to me, they want to work out, don't really care about the inside as much as the outside, and I feel like you got to have both. They all go together. Once you feel good on the inside, then the outside will come too.
Come on, you are what
you
eat.
I
mean, real rap.
So hold on.
Real rap.
And so I feel like that's why I had to get certified in both to understand the habit side and changing those in order to get your body the way you want it. Because it's just not about working out and looking good to go on vacation. It's an everyday lifestyle. It's who you are.
Sustainability.
Come on.
Right.
And you know what we call that in business? She providing that turnkey solution.
Straight up
baby.
turnkey
That's
solution.
You were about to say sustainability.
Yeah, well, sustainability, and not only that, we often talk about this around this table. It's a customer centric approach, right? It's we put our customers in the center of everything we do, right? And that's what you just summed up. And I hope you guys got that, because what you broke down when you said you are your customers and clients are trusting you to put their vision in your hands, and for you to see that when they can't. That can be duplicated across so many different lines of business. It doesn't matter if you're a podcaster, if you are an event planner, if you are a franchise owner, if you are a speaker, you're a marketer. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's our role as a business person. And then the profits will come because we help someone achieve their vision.
Right. And it's just gratifying to know that people trust you that much to allow you that space in their lives. And I think as even regardless what industry it's in, when someone allows you that space in their life, you should cherish that and take responsibility for that. I tell my clients all the time that you're with me 6 months to a year. I feel like if I am now, you're giving me that space, I'm going all in, and you're gonna have to give me some results because this can't be me, right? So within that space that you give me, I'm coming in, and you got to meet me there.
You got to meet them there,
right?
You've got to meet your clientele there. And guess what, Facebook folks? Y'all gotta meet us on the subscription side. I'm gonna just make it plain for you once again. I see you tuned in. Stephanie, what's up? Shout out to Bossy Woman's guy. Mo, I see you. Mo's gonna sit with us in a couple of weeks, so she'll be up here and she'll be sitting over there in Cupcake's chair. But guess what, folks? For everybody else that's tuned in right now on Facebook Live, you've gotta go subscribe. So head over to sphere.tv/startup masters. We've got a couple of options for you. You can find us right there on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Spotify. We're even in your kitchen while you're cooking up that healthy meal, utilizing that Amazon Alexa. Also, give us that constructive criticism. We want to know how we're doing. Iron sharpens iron here on this show, folks. So hit those stars, hit those likes, those dislikes. Give us that feedback so we can continue to build a better show for you all. And share it out. Share it with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Share it with your loved ones. Share it with your haters. Share it with anyone you know that wants to get this entrepreneurial knowledge and talk about this journey to get you to that next level. And last but not least, if you truly love what we're doing, sow a seed. Head over to the sphere.tv/donate. I've got a nice docile tone for you. You can hit the button one time right on the website, or if you truly love what we're doing, you can donate via Patreon and be a subscription-based donator. So, show's not ending, folks, but make sure you subscribe right here at the Sphere. So let's keep this party flowing.
Let's like his voices though, how he just switches.
I know, right? There's multiple personalities. I got some other stuff going on. Schizophrenic.
He got some stuff going on.
I got some things going on. It's crazy around here. But what I want to talk about, because self is important. We started the conversation off regarding you loving yourself again. Now, obviously, we just had a conversation directly about you holding that vision in your hand for your clientele, your customer, the people that you're partnering with, because it's a partnership to take them to the next level, spiritually, physically, psychologically, emotionally, because it all ties together.
Yes.
But what are you doing for self? What are you doing behind closed doors when the lights are off, people are away from the gym, when it's time for you to sow back into you?
Yeah.
What's that ritual like? What's that self-care environment look like for you?
Oh, wow. It's really not. It's really, I always say try and keep it simple, right? Mindset made simple. And I think when people try and make the meditation part seem complicated, for me it's really me telling myself how great I am. Right? I'm a firm believer in the scripture, I think it's John 4:4, that says greater is he that is within you than he that is within the world. And I constantly tell myself how great I am and what kind of speaker I am. I'm a great speaker. Saying that to myself every day for years helped me get over my fear of public speaking, helped me get over my stutter, helped me to develop the courage and confidence that it takes to run your own business, to go after what you want in your life. And so for me, it's the daily affirmations, it's the workout. If I don't work out, not even saying I have to sweat. Yeah, I have to sweat.
Talk about it. That's important.
I'm a sweater. Like,
Same
I
here.
feel like I put a
like
sweatshirt on.
if you ain't working
workouts with like the tie, that's not me. I'm an athlete.
daily.
I kind of got to
Listen.
sweat. I'm putting a hoodie on.
Yeah, you gotta go back to those tour
if I get a
days.
sweat in,
Come on.
2 days, okay?
Come on, real rap.
If I get a good sweat in, for me, I'm a big reader too. I'm reading The Alchemist, The Four Agreements, the
Come on,
the
Four
Seven Habits
Agreements.
of Right. That's the truth.
What's
If you
your
haven't read
favorite-
that book, you got to read that
Like,
book.
I
It's
read
so
it.
simple. Like
You
like,
gotta
it's so
reread it,
simple,
though.
But yet so. Every month, like if not every other year, every year it's a book to read every year.
Gives you a
It's
completely different
simple,
perspective.
but powerful. It will change your life. I bought that book for Christmas for like 6 people, if not more, coworkers, family, and friends. That would be my number one book. I have to
Nice.
say.
Totally.
That's what's up.
Because it
So
gives
I'm
you a different spin on integrity, right? Like
Yeah.
you value your word and your actions. That's like one of the things I got from that book.
Yeah, I would say that, and I would say for me one of the most important one to was don't take anything personal.
Yeah. Like don't
Don't
put the
take
small
nothing
stuff.
personal because whether someone's giving you criticism, whether someone's giving you their opinion, that's
Sure.
all going off of what they've went through in their life, what they're going through right now, where their childhood, and so people always tend to take things personal, and that one for me really helped me too.
Totally. And
Yeah.
because that's like a really key component to self-care if we really think about it, because
Right.
if we are constantly thinking about, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, or did that person mean it that way, if we're not leading with positive intent,
Right.
then how can we truly meditate? How can we truly be within self and give ourselves that time to protect that creative space?
Right.
But it just so happens that this portion of the show is sponsored by our good friends over at the Maven team.
Talk about it.
Are you consumed with guilt when you take time to slow down or even do nothing? Somehow we've equated busyness with being productive. Don't fall for it. You can have freedom when indulging in self-care. You deserve to honor yourself with what you need. You too can join the Maven team October 13th through the 14th in Galveston, Texas for an all-inclusive, that's right, an all-inclusive unretreat, and give yourself permission to unwind, unplug, and unbam. Unbam is bust a move. The unretreat will be filled with ways for you to get recharged in your mind, body, and spirit. Secure your seat at miarashaw.com/events and give yourself the gift of you, folks.
About that.
That's the
gift
biggest
of you.
gift of
So
you,
that
right?
seed in
Like,
itself.
oh man,
That's important.
It's
Give
all
yourself
about
the gift
you.
of It is.
Like it doesn't like period.
Oh my God.
Like drop the mic. That's it.
Bam. There you go.
That's it.
Unbam.
Unban. That's
How about
it.
that? Now, obviously, we're talking about sewing into self. We're talking about, managing clientele. But all of that sparked you to do something additional. Talk about this new transition in becoming a franchise owner. What was that motivation? What surrounded that?
So me and my sister actually were 3 years apart, Sade, and we actually grew up really close. And so I'm 3 years older. I'm always asking, what do you want to do with your life? What are you going to do with yourself? And so at this time, I had just did my second Musclemania show, Musclemania competition, figure bikini competition. And she was like, sister, let's do a Smoothie King. I was like, let's do it.
Let's go.
And so it was
No
really, it was really a conversation over the phone, just like that. And then so we had inquired about buying into the franchise 2014, talked about it, didn't really, make any serious moves then besides emailing them, asking information, stuff like that. 2016 came. We were like, let's just do it. So we actually bought into the franchise 2016. And then we just opened up a month ago now, 3 weeks ago now in Lake Jackson, Texas.
Congratulations
Yes,
on that.
thank you.
Big
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
And then as I was sharing earlier, we had found out we're the first minority sister duo to open up a Smoothie King franchise in franchise history. So for us
Nice.
and our family too, that was something.
That's
You gotta make
historic.
something. You gotta make history, baby.
Moors are historic.
Legacy.
Come on.
Straight
You
up
better
legacy
say it.
that nobody can take away. But you know what
Thank
else I
you.
got out of that? And I hope you guys got it. And I know you got it,
Come
G.
on, I'm on.
It took time.
Come on. 2014.
Oftentimes we want this entrepreneurship journey
Say
to form in a microwave, but
Come
we
on.
really need to put that thing in the oven. Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
need to
It's a process.
Let it bake.
we need to let that thing bake.
400
preheat
400 degrees.
preheat that thing.
Good.
You know what I
We're gonna
mean?
slow cook
Yes.
this.
So let's talk a little. We could peel the onion back just
Okay.
a little bit more because
Yeah.
I mean it's an honor for us to have a franchise owner to grace the table and grace the show. And I'm believing that we have some viewers and subscribers who are thinking of going that franchise route, can you talk about maybe some things that, gosh, if I would have known this back then in 2014, I might have would have done some things differently, or hey, I would have done it the exact same way. So just maybe a roadmap for someone's looking to franchise.
I would definitely say, of course, to do your research and make sure whatever franchise it is, it's really something you can back yourself behind. AMoorefitbody and Smoothie King, they go hand in hand.
So alignment,
I
marriage.
felt like it was something that, I could really stand behind. They're making moves to be a more healthier smoothie, taking out all the raw cane sugars and different things, adding natural fruits to their smoothies. So I felt like it's something that I could push. And so after that, too, with buying into the franchises, it's finding funding. It's really not even before you get there, you got to do the business plan part first. And so you have to spend money to play sometimes. And so for us, it was, paying someone who had already wrote business plans for other franchisees to create the business plan for us. Sure. And so, but even with someone creating the business plan for you, you got to do the legwork. You got to have your financials together. You got to have your P&Ls together. You got to have all your history together, because the SBA people want your whole life history before they give you money. So we did go through the SBA loan process, but with that, and then after that, it's just really, getting behind your franchise. Smoothie King has a excellent blueprint, as far as having someone guide you through their steps. And so not all franchises have it that way, but for us, that's one thing that we learned working with them.
Now, I got to put a pin there because I want to make sure that you all caught that. First and foremost, it's about the due diligence. If you're going to bring something to life, if you're going to give birth to a business, make sure you do your due diligence, folks, because you never know who you're going to meet along that journey and that road, and all your T's need to be crossed, all your I's dotted. You've got to put in that work effort. And as you so carefully mentioned, not all franchises are built alike. You've got to understand and make your pick. This is a part of that due diligence. What bid are you trying to get into? What situation are you marrying? Because this could be a long-term journey for legacy. So make sure you do your due diligence when it comes to your business, folks. Do not get so excited and want that microwave entrepreneurial lifestyle, because really, like KG said, it belongs in the oven.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to. I'm sorry, I didn't cut y'all off.
No, you're fine.
No, this is great. We're here for you. We're here for you.
I'm sorry. Don't be afraid to ask, right?
Oh, that's it.
To seek out someone who's doing what you're doing, right? We feel like that. No, I don't want them to feel like I'm copying them. I don't want them to feel. Yeah, you have to do your work. They might not tell you everything that they've worked hard to get. Sure. So you can what does the word say? Show yourself approved that they should give you all their knowledge. Right. But it was when we decided to buy into the franchise, just so happened at that same time, I'm scrolling through Facebook. A friend of mine took a picture. Tristan Sutton had took a picture with Fern Dawkins, and so she actually owns the Smoothie King franchises in Pearland.
Boss Brunch.
And so I didn't know who she was from Man in the Moon. Scrolling through, I was like, I want to meet her. And so I messaged Tristan. I was like, who is this woman? I want to meet her. And he was like, I'll hook y'all up. And he did that. I asked her to go to lunch. I was like, we want to open up a franchise. She was like, we can have lunch. And she sat down with us. We talked through everything. She was like, you got to do this and this and this and this. We went home, crunching numbers, trying to figure out where we're going to get this money from to do all this. And then we went back to her and said, this is what we did our work. Now what's next, right? Sure. So then it wasn't just like someone's handing you something, or you just reaching out because you just want some money, right? And so it really is, seeking out someone, not being afraid. And if I always say, if I hadn't got over my fear of public speaking, I would have never had the courage to reach out to her, to ask her for anything. But I was at that point in my life to where I felt confident, encouraged, and a certain boldness about myself and what I had to offer to approach someone who was already doing what I wanted to do.
Man, I mean, we just have, just as a society, especially in our community, we just got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I mean, because that's really where the sweet spot is.
That's where growth is.
That's where it is.
Yeah.
And speaking of wealth, I mean, you want to look at someone's net worth. That's how you're going to calculate that net worth.
Talk about
because if you didn't reach out to her, then she gave you a roadmap to where she already had the blueprint. It took the guesswork out. Like, who are you sitting on right now that has the blueprint for the business that you want to start?
Right.
Why are you waiting? Go and contact them right now. Like, go.
Shout out to Common.
And you have to, the one thing that you said too, I always say that it's your self-worth plus your net worth.
Come on.
That equals your net worth, right? Because if you don't have that self-worth, the courage, the confidence that it takes to go network, then there will be no net worth, right? So you have to actually start with your self-worth, build that up, then go out and network, then go, offer what you have to build that net worth.
So true.
It's so true because, I mean, while we're investing all this time in building up our self-worth and business plans and networking and going to taking meetings, and once we get up and running, how are we going to get the word out? Because we're working in the business, not on the business. But you know who can help with that advertising?
That's good.
The Sphere, right here. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. We can do that heavy lifting for you.
Yeah, shotgun.
I was like, wait, what's that?
Shots fired.
Boom.
Yes, indeed. Now, my dear, before we let you go from the table, obviously, we want to talk about the future. We want to talk about things that are on that dream board right now that are coming to fruition down the pipe. Where do you see yourself? Whether it's from the training perspective, the health coach perspective, or the franchise owner perspective. Where do you see that in the year 2025, 2030, 2040?
Oh, wow. I'm a dreamer, right? I'm a big. I
dream with us.
I'm a dreamer in like a big reality, and I feel like that's where it starts at, doing the work. Then it will bring it to a reality, and so my ultimate goal is to. I said 2 years ago I wanted to open a Pilates studio, AMoorefitbody Pilates, and so that's coming soon too. And so I'll have the Pilates studio going, and then besides that, I see myself being the next Lisa Nichols, right? Lisa Nichols.
Come on, Lisa Nichols,
motivational speaker. I feel like definitely going through the journey of my speech, overcoming that, being able to, know what it feels like and how to get out of the pit from, working in corporate America, ending up on food stamps, moving back home to starting my own business, running the franchise, and being a mom. How all that works, and it starts with self and and becoming doubtless. My t-shirt line, it's saying to doubt yourself less. You have to really go after what you want and stop doubting yourself, knowing again that greater is he that's within you. And I think when we start operating out of that greater person and really believing it, a lot of us just say scriptures out of just saying them because we know them, but really operating out of them and walking in that greatness and seeing it, because it's waiting on you. He's waiting on you. I think that once you start taking those steps, for myself, once I started taking the steps, I feel like everything just started lining up in place. And so I really want to be a motivational speaker, and I even want to be, I will be. I do speaking engagements now, and so it really is just being able to empower women, people in general, knowing that the strength is in the struggle, right? The strength is in the struggle. We develop the strength to do everything that we need to do, and that's just part of it.
That's it.
The struggle is part of it.
I feel there's a book coming too. Like
Look at you trying to sow a seed.
I mean, oh my God! Because I would straight up read that book, man. Like, page cover to cover.
Okay, so I haven't shared this with nobody besides my family, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. She brought it out.
Exclusive.
We've been we got exclusive
got a
content
world
on the sphere.
Y'all don't steal it. If someone steals it, you already know where it came from first, right? So it don't even matter.
We got the tape for it
So
too.
my book is going to be called, I asked God for this book 8 years ago now. I started giving me chapters last year. He gave me the title of the book 8 years ago. And when I turn 35 next year, I was going to publish it, right? And so the book is called You. Y-O-U. And You stands for yearning of understanding. Wait for it. It's coming.
Okay.
Yearning of understanding, because that's all we want, right? Everybody just wants to understand. But if you understand you first, right? If you understand you first, then everything else will come.
Very nice.
Everything else will come.
I love that. I want to dive deeper, but that'll be another day.
Part two.
Another show.
Part two.
Another day, another show on that. But I do have one more thing for you.
Yes.
All right. So, while you're yearning
Yes.
for that understanding, right? while that is happening, and we've got the idea, and I heard you speak in a position of authority to the fact that this Pilates studio is coming when this opens, not if.
Yeah.
Nothing questionable about your moves or your maneuvers. Shout out to French Montana, right? Nothing questionable about those maneuvers. But what happened if, and work with me on this hypothetical.
Okay, hypothetical.
What if we erase that blueprint of the Pilates studio? What if we take back the groundbreaking ceremony, the dollars given over from the SBA to build this Smoothie King out in Lake Jackson? What if we roll back client by client that depends on you for the wellness from a mental, spiritual, and a physical perspective? What if we continue to roll back time all the way to the point in which you're back knee deep in the pit with the idea, the vision that you want to manifest and bring forward, but we leave you with the memory of this long transition through all these things over this last almost 10 years, this last decade. And up front, we slide you some seed money. How would you rebuild this enterprise that you've built today with the knowledge you have and some additional seed money?
Wow, why he get so deep, right?
I just what we do here. Welcome.
What would I do? I honestly don't know if I would change it.
Okay.
With the I think because now I have an understanding of why everything took place and how it took place in my life to get me to where I am today. Sure. And so man, I don't even know. I think because the journey itself was so real. I really sowed a lot of tears to where I am today. I feel like that there is no other gift that I would take because the evidence in my life has been so real.
Sure.
And so it's hard for me to even state that what I would do if all that was erased and you were to give me a seed to rebuild what I have now, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
So I don't even know how I would even state that, to be honest.
That's understandable. Because
Yeah.
some people are so set in everything that they've been through that they don't want it any other way. And that is perfectly okay and commendable depending upon your situation, what you've been through. It helps make you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So we take that with full authority.
Yeah.
Because of what you've been through, though, because of the trial and tribulations, because of being a single mom, along with this and working through a softball team and now partnering with your family to build a beautiful Smoothie King, and of course, still keeping all the clientele, along with the idea of opening yet another business, another arm. We would like to officially coin you a startup master. So please let anyone and everyone know that's tuned in right now where they can get in contact with you, find your Smoothie King, and reach out to you for any questions they have.
Yes, you can find me at AMoorefitbody.com. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook at AMoorefitbody. That's 2 O's, AMoorefitbody, AMoorefitbody. Facebook, Alexis Moore. Our Smoothie King franchise is in Lake Jackson, Texas, Highway 332, Suite A, right in front of the Target parking lot. And it's Smoothie King Lake Jackson on Facebook. On Instagram, it's SK 1500, our store number, Lake Jackson. SK 1500 Lake Jackson is our store number on Instagram. And yes, and that is me, Alexis Moore, AMoorefitbody, certified health coach, fitness trainer, and Smoothie King franchise owner and softball coach. I love my softball girls. They're at practice right now and they're waiting for me. And so
Like, what coach
I
at?
am definitely excited to be here. Thank you guys for having me. It's such a huge pleasure to be in a room with great business-minded people who give people like myself the opportunity to share our stories and where we come from. So thank you.
You're most welcome.
The pleasure is all ours. Seriously.
That's why we built this.
Yeah.
KG, where can the good people reach you at,
Good
my dear?
people, you can follow me across all of my social media platforms. For my YouTubers out there, my LinkedIn folks, IG, as well as the book. The easiest way to find me is at kogpassion.com. That's where you can catch me and follow me. What about you, G?
You know what's funny? I just hopped on LinkedIn. I've been on there for years, but I'm really just now like, you know what?
Listen.
Let me play around. Let me see what's
Depending
popping.
on where your avatars are,
Come on.
they hang
Sometimes
out on
lurking.
the links.
Lurking on the link. For those lurking on the link, hit me up, Gary Lee. I think I'm on there, or G Hawkins. But of course, across all social media at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. If you have any questions about what we do here at the show, shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or hit us across social media platforms at The Sphere TV. Use our coveted hashtag StartupMasters, and we will definitely get back with you. This has been another riveting episode.
Thank you.
We will see you all next time. Take care, folks.
Peace.